So let's go to verse number 27. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्यर्थे नातुं सोचतुम् अर्हसि. Jatasya, of one who has taken his birth, he is certainly dhruva, a fact, mrityu, death, dhruvam, it is also a fact, janma, birth, mrityu, so the death, cha also tasmat. Tasma, therefore, apariharya, of that which is unavoidable, arthe, in the matter, na, do not, tvam, you, sochitum, to lament, arhasi, deserve. So, transition, one who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after that, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, one should not lament. Purport, one has to take birth according to one's activity of life. And after finishing one term of activities, one has to die to take birth for the next. In this way, one is going through the one cycle of birth and death after another without liberation. This cycle of birth and death does not, however, support unnecessary murder, slaughter, and war, but at the same time, violence and war are inevitable factors in the human society for keeping law and order. So here, it is explained that so one takes birth according to one's activity of life. So whatever we are doing now, whatever we are doing in this life, this will be useful for us if we want to see what next birth we will take. So therefore, this Vedic philosophy or Bhagavad-Gita tells us to live life of responsibility. If we are not responsible enough in discharging our duties now, then further we'll have to suffer. And therefore, Vedic life is a life of responsibility, whereas modern life is a life of enjoyment. How much we can enjoy, what we can enjoy, this is what our thinking is. But if you think previously, everybody will think, what is my responsibility? What is my service in this? What is my role in this? So this used to be the main factor. And therefore, we should understand that whatever activities we do now is surely helping us in our next life. And therefore, one should not unnecessarily do murder, slaughter, or war also. So it doesn't mean that we are spirit, soul, and therefore we are not this body. That doesn't mean that it will lead to murder and slaughter and everything. So this is very important here. Krishna is clarifying, Prabhupada is also clarifying, because sometimes the person who kill animals say that actually we are freeing this animal from this body, because it is anyway spirit, soul, and it is being trapped in this body. So I am freeing this spirit, soul from this body. So in this way, I am helping that body. So this is also a wrong philosophy which people nowadays use. And sometimes what people say is, oh, how has this got material body? Because of karma, na? Because of doing the wrong karma, it has got its material body, and I am killing this animal. I am freeing this from this wrong karma. So who has given this authority to you to kill that person and free from the wrong karma? Nobody has given. So when we kill animal, we will be implicated by the karma. We should know very well. And this, all the philosophy Krishna is speaking doesn't ever encourage slaughterhouse. Never. But sometimes violence and war are necessary in human society for keeping law and order. So suppose somebody is a criminal, and we say that we should not do any harm to this. Somebody kills somebody, murders something or something. He should be given capital punishment. So at that time, he doesn't give capital to that person. What will he do? He'll create havoc if he go outside. So in this is very intricate. One side, you cannot kill a person unnecessarily, but on another side, if somebody does wrong, he needs to be punished. So this discrimination of justice, whom to punish and whom not to punish, and how much punishment should be given, is very intricate thing. And therefore, these laws of nature are very difficult to understand. And therefore, we should be very careful of what we are doing and what we are not doing. Otherwise, will be implicated in this action and reaction thing and will never come out. And therefore, the easiest way to come out of this material world is to perform bhakti. The battle of Kurukshetra, being the will of the Supreme, was an inevitable event, and to fight for the right cause is the duty of a Kshatriya. Why should Arjuna be afraid of or aggrieved at the death of his relatives, since he was discharging the his proper duty? He did not deserve to break the law, thereby becoming subjected to the reaction of sinful acts, of which he was so afraid. By avoiding the discharge of his proper duty, he would not be able to stop the death of his relatives, and he would be degraded due to his selection of the wrong path of action. So sometimes we say that I will not do any action because it is very difficult for me. So this inaction also will cause some karma. So here it is said, by avoiding the discharge of his proper duty, he will not be able to stop the death of relatives, and he will be degraded due to his selection of the wrong path of action. So he will be also degraded. So he will also have to go to the wrong way. He will also get a wrong karma because of not doing the things. So where there should somebody should speak, and if he remains silent, there also there will be karma. So somebody may say, I will become non-violent, I will not do any violence. So one should do violence where it is needed. In order to protect the citizens, in order to protect somebody, there should be some violence. And somebody who doesn't speak will also incur some karma. It doesn't that I will not speak, I will not be a party, so I will not encourage sin. It doesn't happen like this. And this world, why there is so much suffering or why the evil is increasing? Because the good people are not speaking, they are not coming up, they are not doing the things. If the good people come up, they do the things and they do the right things, then eventually the bad people will go down. But this is actually not happening, and therefore we should understand this, that Arjuna did not want to break the law and did not want a sinful reaction, but at the same time he need to discharge his duty. So sometimes we need to do some things which are needed to be done, and here Arjuna is very lucky because Krishna is directing him. In our case, we need to see Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, and whatever we do, it should be authorized by these three, and then we are on the safe path. So verse number 28. अव्यक्ततादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनानि एव तत्र का परिदेवना. Avyakta adini, in the beginning, unmanifested, bhutani, all that are created, vyakta, manifested, madhyani, in the middle, bharata, or descent of bharata, avyakta, non-manifested, nidha nanini, when vanquished, eva, it is all like that. Tatra, therefore, ka, what? Paridevana, lamentation, translation. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim stage, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? Purport. Accepting that there are two classes of philosophers, one believing in the existence of soul and the other not believing in the existence of soul. There is no cause for lamentation in either case. Non-believers in the existence of the soul are called the atheists by followers of Vedic wisdom. Yet, even if, for argument's sake, we accept that this atheist philosophy, that there is still no cause for lamentation. Apart from the separate existence of soul, the material elements remain unmanifested before creation. From the subtle state of non-manifestation comes manifestation, just as from the ether, air is generated. From air, fire, and from fire, water is generated, and from water, earth becomes manifested. From the earth, many varieties of manifestation takes place. So, now there are two classes of one who believes in the spirit soul and one who does not believe in the spirit soul. So, for both the cases, if we see, the life comes into existence and then goes after some time. So, there is no problem for both the cases, because anyways, the life will come for some time and after it will go. So, we should understand that the person who do not believe in the soul are called atheists, because they do not They are not believers of the Vedic wisdom. And therefore, there is no problem. Take for example, a big skyscraper manifested from the earth. When it is dismantled, the manifestation becomes again unmanifested and it remains as atom in the ultimate stage. So this example of skyscraper is given. So how does skyscraper is made? By taking all the elements from earth. And after some, it remains as skyscraper for some time. And after when it is destroyed, it again becomes some particles in as or some atoms as earth. So there is no problem. The law of conservation of energy remains because in course of time things are manifested and unmanifested. That is the difference. So modern philosophers say there is a transformation of energy. So from earth it's transformed to a skyscraper, and from skyscraper it will again transform to earth, or skyscraper or building or whatever it may be. So law of conservation of energy remains, but in course of time things are manifested and unmanifested. That is the difference. Then what cause is there for lamentation? Either in the stage of manifestation or unmanifestation. Somehow or other, even if in the unmanifested stage, things are not lost, both at the beginning and at the end. All elements remain unmanifested, and only in the middle they are manifested. And this does not make any real material difference. So, whatever conclusion we accept, whether we accept that the material body comes to soul, or we do not accept the soul and so that the material body comes in own and then goes. So in both the cases, it doesn't make any difference. Whatever we need to do as the now, we need to do. That's all. Whatever the duties we need to do, we need to do. So there is not much difference. And if we accept the Vedic conclusion as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, that these material bodies are perishable in the due course of time, antavanta ime deha, but that the soul is eternal, nitya shokta sarina, then we must remember always that the body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament the changing of a dress? The material body has no factual existence in relation to the eternal soul. It is something like a dream. In a dream, you may think of flying in the sky, or sitting up in the chariot of a king. But when we wake up, we can see that we are neither in the sky nor sitting on the chariot. The Vedic wisdom encourages self-realization on the basis of non-existence of material body. Therefore, in either case, whether one believes in the existence of the soul or no, one does not believe in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation for loss of body. So, whether one believes on the existence of the soul or whether one does not believe in the existence of soul, still one should not lament, because whatever one needs to do is what one needs to do, and therefore it helps us if we can follow our duty. That is what is being told. So